totally forgot to hit the record button for YouTube, but now we're recording. So how is everyone out there? Did you miss us? It's been, what, 2 weeks since our last stream. Me, I've actually sort of enjoyed the break, but nothing beats coming back to you guys, sitting at home and bringing you some awesome sim racing action. By the looks of things, majority of you have missed us as well. I don't know who's gone not really. You didn't miss us. You'll be getting a perma-ban. I bet that was Tyler Craig too. Gonna be some crashes tonight. We'll see. We'll see. It is Daytona. We will have the big one. I've got some drinks in my hand, so that's good. Tell you what, go down to Aldi, get some 23rd Street whiskey. It tastes great. Unless you're under 18, then don't do that. That is a bad idea. That's a very bad idea. So yeah, as we have stated, we are at Daytona, the road course. Fantastic circuit. It's actually one of my more favourite tracks in any sim racing game. Circuit punctuated a bit of everything in this on this circuit. We've got this long banked corners. We got corners that tighten up on about the mid corner. So we have actually ended practice. We have my favourite section, which Taylor is going to take us through this little bus stop chicane. I love this chicane. Hard on the brakes, back baby, 3 gears in the supercars, crash over the curves. No need to be conservative with them, just abuse those curves. They're nice and flat. Very, very fun to crash over, especially in like an LMP car or GT car. Nothing beats that little bus stop. The infield section, nice tight hairpins, tightening radius corners, the works. Everything that will test a driver and frustrate drivers. So yeah, really excited to see how our drivers tonight will handle this. As Taylor Simmons wraps up his lap, we're actually going to dive back to pit lane. I'll have a look at how we went in practice. So it is our Bertsma who was fastest at the end of practice, followed by Delaney. Then we have Zach O'Reilly. Great performance from O'Reilly again. He has got his mojo back for sure. Matt Cotter in 4th place. Then we have Betts in 5th. Great to see the young man Betts scraping into the top 5. Peter Reid looks like he's on a bit of a comeback here with the form. He's had a bit of a shocking run of form of late, but within 8/10 of our Bertsman's time, so hopefully resurgence from our reigning champion Tyler Craig in 7th. He's not too far from the back of our reigning champion. Then we have Harley Marshall in 8th, Matty Richards in 9th, and Stephen Marsden scraping into the top 10. Over the page, we have got Ferguson in the 2nd of the Terratech Nissans in 11th, Taylor into 12th. Good to see Taylor back out there tonight. Castle 13th, Simmons 14th, McFarland 15th. Then we have Grant, Park, Scowen, and DeLuca, a new name to the series. We will be following him a little bit. I think he is a wild card tonight, and that is it, unfortunately. We're going to jump out of the server, and then I'm just going to be talking to you lovely people out there. You don't have to listen to me, though. But anyway, Formula 1 tonight, it's not looking good for Danny Ricciardo. Certainly word is out that he is probably going to lose his drive with McLaren. And as much as I hate to say it, because I want to see Australians succeed overseas, I dare say that will be the end of his Formula 1 career as well, unless he manages to scrape in with someone. I don't think he's going to go back to Red Bull, that's for sure. They've got 2 fantastic drivers in Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen, of course. It's not going to happen. I'd love to see it too, but it's just not going to happen. Maybe he can go to Mercedes. Who knows? Because I don't think Hamilton's going to hang around. In fact, I kind of low-key hope that Hamilton doesn't hang around. A little sport so-and-so, but anyway, whatever. In fact, I think Danny Ricciardo would go well at Mercedes, just quietly. I think Ricciardo does a pretty good job with developing cars. And that is what Mercedes is lacking at the moment. They lack drivers who are good at developing cars. So yeah, maybe we'll see. Matty Richards, this track is hard as hell in these. That is some grammar you've got there, Matty. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I think any track is hard in the V8 Supercars, that's for sure. It's the cars don't handle very well. They got tyres that are very, very skinny. You compare a V8 Supercar tyre with like a GT3 tyre, and you will definitely notice the difference. But yeah, gloves on hard to type with. Yeah, mate, I can relate. I can relate. What sort of gloves do you use, Matty? Because I actually have my gloves here. I don't know if I've shown them on stream, but these are my old go-karting gloves. Some Sparko. Sparko, I forget what the actual model is, but they are very, very comfortable. They're pre-curved. Honestly, if you're looking for something with comfort and grip, grab some Sparko gloves. Always, always recommend Sparko. Used to run Alpine Star karting gloves, and then I kept on destroying them, which is interesting. So Alpine Star gloves don't really last. Don't really. Bullet Master, nice. Well played, sir. Well played. Yeah, I got Sparko boots as well. I'm not going to run off and grab them because I guarantee you the second I disappear to grab the boots, the session will go live for qualifying. But yeah, my gloves, fantastic. Love my my Sparko gloves. In fact, love my Sparko stuff, really. Anyway, we are just waiting for the session to swap over to qualifying. Oof. Hugh Spackman getting into karting, so I'm happy. Hey, mate, good on you, mate. Yeah, I spent 25 years in karting, and well, last year I decided time to walk away from it, but keeping tight-lipped on it at the moment. But I have got a new project, and it's going to be quite exciting. Something, let's just say, it's a little bit faster than karting, but yeah, karting, great sport. Get into it for fun, and just make sure you have fun. Night round will be crazy. Don't know what that means, but anyway. I assume we're going to have a night race. Why 78 laps? Why not? Who doesn't love 78 laps? I assume that would be the next round, which is at Adelaide. But while we are waiting for the server to kick over, I noticed this just before I jumped onto the practice server, but Automobilista 2 has had a new... No, you're right, Matty, don't worry. Gives me time to talk about the new patch for Automobilista 2. Looks like they've introduced the new tyre model for extensive tyre suspension aero revisions for F Classics. F Classic, all generations, FV12, FV10, G1, and the McLaren MP412, the FV10, G2, F Formula Riser, Group C, GT5, and G40 Cup. Revised flexible axles, drivetrain elasticity for F vintages, F retros, F classics, F V12s, F V10s, F risers, and F ultimates. Flexible axles for the Opalas and Pumas. Revised drivelines. This is a pretty extensive update for all the for a lot of the cars actually. So yeah. Well, AI calibration passed, but yeah, it's they've got quite oh, here we go. We got the Super V8, the revised 3D model to correct dimension errors. Yep, okay. But yeah, Automobilista 2. If you haven't got it, definitely check it out. It is a fantastic sim. We're sort of starting to throw a few events on with the with Automobilista 2. So last Wednesday we did a 40-minute race with the GT1s. That was great fun. And hopefully we can do a bit more. I'm very keen to do a multi-class race. Hopefully we're moving that to Monday night as well. So yeah. And I forgot to check what the top lap time was in practice, so that's unfortunate. Apparently the server has absolutely disappeared. But yeah, make sure you keep an eye out on Automobilista 2 for our servers jumping up. Yeah, honestly excited. Ooh, feeling a little bit stiff at the moment. Otherwise, how is everyone been for the last 2 weeks? It's been a very long time since I've logged on and done a stream. I think the break has done me a little bit good, but I've missed you. I have missed doing this, and I'm somewhat chomping at the bit getting back into it. Maffy, where's our server? Oh, you Smackman haven't even practiced entry to the pits. Mate. You better do some practice during the qualifying session. That's for sure. Get yourself a drive-through penalty for speeding in pit lane. It's not good. Oh dear, so a little bit of news. Josh Hughes has had to withdraw from tonight's race, fighting this nasty flu that has been floating around of late, and unfortunately he is out. Brock 8244. How you going, mate? Long time no see. Here we go. We have got a server. Let's jump in and get this session happening for you. Not stressed. Not stressed at all. Looking good. Oh, you. I bet you say that to all the streamers. Okay, so we're about ready to get started with qualifying. So here we go, and let's see who's lining up at pit lane exit. It is our Bertsman in the Black Duck Commodore. Uh-oh, cruel penalty. No, please no kick. No kick. And I think it's about time that I brought you a full version of that race. Oh, well, what we're seeing at the moment. So there you go. Time to make my face disappear as we get set for the start of qualifying. Should be starting in a few seconds' time. I believe it's a 15-minute session, perhaps, maybe. We'll find out in about 8 seconds if I'm right or wrong. let's also get a prediction started. Who's going to take pole? So, I'm going to give you as many options as I can. Let's see. Just bear with me. It's kind of difficult to type. Giving you plenty of options, that's for sure. Giving you 7 options, and I'll let you have about 5 minutes to think about this. Who is going to put it on pole position? You've got plenty of options there, so make sure you get one in there, win some channel points, and have a bit of fun as well. I have to say, how good does this server look at in the twilight hours? The cars look fantastic. Those headlights, they look amazing. Look at that. I believe there was a bit of a... Okay, I just got thunderstormed then. I don't know if you guys got thunderstormed, but yeah. It's all good now. I have got my audio back, but I believe there was a bit of tinkering around with the original mod just to make the headlights work a little bit nicer. Now, for those of you wondering what that sound is, I just noticed it as well. One of the best rendered helicopters I've ever had the pleasure of witnessing in sim racing. Have a look at it in all its majestic glory. Anyway, let's see how Bertsman tackles the first corner. This is one of those corners I was talking about a little bit earlier. These tightening radius corners, turn 1 and 2. Surely we're going to see a little bit of carnage there. Then into turn, what are we up to? 3, 4, 5. This corner sort of opened up a little bit, get the power down, use all the space available. More than likely going to see a little bit of carnage there as well. Through this flat out left-hander. In fact, let's just ride on board with our first one. Another one of these difficult tightening radius corners, but then it tricks you with that corner. You think you can get on the throttle a lot earlier than what you actually can. Then we get back onto the bank section as we make our run up towards the best part of this circuit, which is that bus stop. As Albertsma heads back onto the front part, heading up towards the bus stop. Let's see where he picks up the brakes. There's 300 yards, just up to the 300-yard mark, so I don't know what 300 yards is in meters. Ooh, it's a little bit greedy with the track space there. Let's see if that validated the lap or invalidated it. And don't forget to get your channel points in there. Earn some channel points. Redeem those channel points for little manipulations on the stream if you like. As our Bertsma stops the clock with a 1:44.687. He is staying on top at the moment as O'Reilly slides into second and Delaney, Ferguson third and fourth respectively. Simmons into fifth. He's just warming up, not a bad banker lap. Marsden, Reed now up into fourth. Just going to struggle keeping up with how quickly these positions are changing. As Taylor now into ninth place. Zach O'Reilly, the runaway winner from Queensland Raceway in the last round. He's got some pretty heavy company with him in Matt Cotter and Delaney. Whoa, big slide there for Matt Cotter. So head back onto the bank section. Look out the back at O'Reilly's car, as you can see. Well, Bertsma already going faster. Purple sector 1 for our Bertsma. As he tips it into the bus stop chicane right about now. Flicks it left, right, right, left, and then back onto the back section. Barely lost any speed there. He's managed to go even faster in sector 2. So we could be staring at a low 44 on this lap. Bergsma absolutely flying of late. He's had to dig deep though with O'Reilly's efforts at the last one, sending a clear warning shot across the bow of everyone. And he goes lower again at 44.2 this time, as Tyler Craig now slots into 6th place. I think O'Reilly and Delaney, possibly Matt Cotter as well, validated their lap time, so that possibly may have been done at the bus stop chicane. I think that would be a bit of a hazard spot for cut warnings and what have you. Betts now into 7th. Delaney bailing out. So Delaney now getting a fresh set of tyres on his car. He'll be heading back out on track. He's got about just under 9 minutes left in the session, so plenty of time for him to fight back. Get himself onto the front row at least. O'Reilly less than a tenth off of Al Bergsma's best lap. Matt Cotter now, he's gone purple in sector 1, so Matt Cotter the man that we should be keeping an eye on at the moment. As Harley Marshall returns into the server. Is that his first respective lap time? Don't know. McFarlane now up into 13th. Bergsma's gone fastest in the second sector. See if Matt Cotter, no, he's lost a lot of time. So Matt Cotter is not going to improve this lap. But Al Bergsma, he's looking to get into the, he might be trying to get into the 43s on this. So it's quite possible. He fires it down the back, well, the front straight, I should say. And across the line, he goes to 44.23, so he drops that bar again. O'Reilly across the line, he does a 44.5. Matt Cotter now up into 3rd. Ferguson follows them through for 5th place. Betts, he's on an improvement as well. It's not fast enough to threaten our Bergsma, but he might threaten the first 2 rows this time. Matty Richards slides up into 6th. Nice time for Matty Richards. Unfortunately, Betts not able to get into the 44s this time by. But, the Humminator, he's on a personal best. So he heads up towards the bus stop chicane, I'd say. Whoa, big slide, and he is going to bin it hard. That is a bin. I'll give that 5 bins out of 5. Thank you very much, sir. So the Humminator already in the running for bin of the night. And Zach O'Reilly now purple sector 1, but Al Bergsma has dropped that purple time even further. So O'Reilly's sort of taking 1 step forward, 1 step backwards as Al Bergsma gets faster with each lap. And this is going to test the patience of a lot of drivers. Now, someone I want to touch on is DeLuca in the Monster Energy Falcon. There's a new face for tonight. I believe he may be a wild card. We'll see if he can get himself up into the top. We'll set him a challenge. Get into the top 15, DeLuca. That is your challenge for the night. Seeing personal best now up and down the timing tree. As DeLuca, I believe he is out. He's on his out lap, I should say. So he's not going to change his position on this lap. One man who might change his lap time. No, it's going to be Betts. He's going to be bailing into pit lane. Taylor, he's actually flying at the moment. He's 1.6 seconds down, but he does get into the top 15. So there's plenty of improvement left on the table for... Whoa! That was very odd, and that is a slight bin. Not quite as good as McFarlane's bin, so I'm going to give that 3 out of 5 bins. For those of you wondering, I don't really have any... Please send that? There we go, 3 out of 5 bins. I don't really know how to had to rate all the bins, I just rate them as I like them. Coming to pit lane for some fresh tyres, and they're out. Out again. Looking to set their final quick laps. Tyler Craig's on for an improvement in the ING Mustang. He's got McFarlane just behind him. So he tips it into the bus stop chicane, left, then right. Right again. Missed the apex a little bit, a little bit sideways, but man, just hang on to it anyway. No doubt that will be frustrating Tyler a little bit, the handling. Car just not really riding the bumps the way he would like it. And he has actually lost time because of that. So this is not going to be an improvement for Tyler Craig, a 45.822. That middle sector is catching a lot of drivers out. As he hits through turn 1 and 2, 3, 4. Let's run on board with him. Let's get a bit of an idea of what this car is doing. It looks like it's understeering just a little bit. Maybe Tyler's just trying to carry his braking maybe a little bit too late. Car's a little bit unstable through the faster corners. It's not look like it's really handling the bumps very well. As Peter Reid now slides into the top 5. Now Craig's got a nice smooth exit that time. And he heads on to the bank section, looking at the delta on the steering wheel. Looking pretty good. He's 2/10 up on his previous best. See if he can get the bus stop chicane right this time round. He's still up, but he's only up by a 10th. So I don't know how far that's going to move him up the grid. Maybe he's changed the downforce settings, as he's definitely losing time to himself in down these long straights. And he goes up into 9th, so that is a pretty good lap time for Tyler Craig. So let's jump over to Albertsma. So he's up by a 10th as well as he heads up towards the first timing split. Look at that, purple sector 1. Nice big slide coming out of the first horseshoe, or second horseshoe. Now, this final hairpin before the get back onto the big, thick, funky boy. Like he's still up. No, he's actually lost 0.3 of a second with that slide, so suboptimal for Albertsma. See who's improving. Tyler Craig is on improvement again, actually. So get a bit more improvement for Tyler Craig as he heads around. What was that? The second corner on the bank section. And now into the bus stop chicane. How hungry is he with the curbs? He's quite hungry. He's eating those curves for breakfast. Down still by a little bit. The delta is reflecting that. He's lost a lot of time in that bus stop chicane. Now Taylor's actually on for an improvement. He's up by more than 0.3 of a second. We'll see if he can slot himself into the top 10 this time. He's got to get into the 45s first though, and he's got Peter Reid right behind him as well. So this will be pretty crucial for both these guys. Oh, Peter Reid a little bit sideways there. He just held onto it. thing is, for Peter Reid, he's on a flyer as well. So maybe he will try and use a bit of a slipstream coming onto the front straight. Try and get himself a few extra kilometres per hour. As checkered flag comes out. Taylor still on for an improvement. We'll see where this gets him. It's not going to get him into the 45s, unfortunately, but it does push him up to 14th. Peter Reid, unfortunately, unable to improve. No one else really going faster. Our Bertsma down only a little bit, though. As our Bertsma throws it through the bus stop. On the absolute limit of track limits. Had to be close to a track cut. And the Delta is showing that he's not really going to improve, but he does dive in for a bit of pit stop practice. That's very crucial. I'm going to guess that no one's really going to improve. Matt Cotte's up a little bit. Did a personal best in Sector 2, and only on for a little bit of improvement, so I don't think he's really going to threaten Zach O'Reilly, unless he's got an almighty run through the final banked corner onto the front straight. Almost picking up a 10th, and he stays third. Oh, only a few hundredths between himself and O'Reilly. We have someone doing burnouts, and that is Matty Richards. So Matty Richards celebrating, he got into the top 10. So let's run through the final results for qualifying. Look at that. It's not a bad burnout there for Matty Richards. In fact, he is now aware that he is on stream, and he's giving us a nice, decent line locker. Oh no, he's not. Never mind. All right, let's run through the results from qualifying. So our Bertsma starts off a pole. Next to him will be O'Reilly. Absolutely flying Zach O'Reilly in the 333 Commodore. Then we have Matt Cotter and Stephen Marsden. Great performance from Stephen Marsden. He's sort of flown under the radar during that qualifying session, and he gets himself onto the second row of the grid. Row 3, we will see Peter Reid and James Delaney. Then we have Andrew Ferguson and Tyler Craig off of row 4. Row 5 will be Matty Richards and Adam Betts. Over the page we have got Harley Marshall and Castle off of row 6. Row 7 will be Grant and Taylor. McFarlane and Simmons off of row 8. Row 9 will be Park and DeLuca. Then we have Zach Scowen starting off of 19th. And that rounds out our field tonight. Unfortunately, yes, Scowen not able to get a lap time in. Interesting to see that we had a few drivers go out there on the soft tyres. Zach O'Reilly out there on the soft tyre. That's foreboding for a lot of our drivers out there. Anyway, that is qualifying done and dusted. Al Grant top 5 prediction. Okay, well, we're going to start a prediction then. Let's see. All right then, so we've got a prediction here from Christoph69. L Grant, top 5 prediction. Mate, put your channel points where your mouth is. Support your mate there. So where will Grant finish? Is he gonna get into the top 5? Is he gonna be in the top 10? Is he gonna be in the top 15, or is he just gonna fall back to the bottom of the top of the field, I should say? So yeah, get your predictions in for Grant, and we'll see if you can get some channel points. Oh, hello, we have got a race server up already. That is great. Okay. We've got a few people jumping in on that. That's what we like to see, a few people jumping into our predictions. Come on, Christoph, get in there. Get some channel points, mate. Tell you what, this Go Race Burb, he is currently unimpressed by the commentary at the moment. I think he just wants us to go to bed. Wants us to go away. We're not going to go away just yet. We've got a race to bring you. Okay, so let's go for a little grid walk. So, starting at the back here, we got Zach Scowen in the, I forget what his name is, team, something unit, big unit racing. And, I have to say, that is not a bad livery. I think that's just a Kostecki livery, but they changed the number, but still looks good. So no different to Park's livery. Boost Mobile. But Taylor Simmons can't go past this livery. Black, red and silver. You can't go wrong with it. Oh, he's using Thrustmaster. Never mind. Plenty of Easter eggs on this car. Well, apart from Harold. Like it. Just set up in a seat, yep, for the rest of your life. You crazy kidder. You crazy kidder, that Harmonator. Alright, Taylor in the Arrow Commodore. Keep an eye on him. There's our man here, Grant. He's starting near the back. See if he can work his way forward. So we've got a lot of predictions for Carnage in turn number 1, and I think you might be right there. Okay, let's just end our grid walk, because I've just noticed we've got about 30 seconds left, and then we'll bring you a full view of the track. So we are getting set for a start. 20 seconds to go. Will we get a clean turn? Who knows? We're about to find out anyway. So as the lights begin to switch on, and there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights on. 6 lights out. We're away and racing. Oh, O'Reilly managed to get a really good start there. He got the initial jump, and the car stepped sideways over the banking. We're going to go 3 wide before we head to turn number 1 and 2 before we even get to the start line. Oh no, we have not even got to the first braking zone, and we've had a car go up. There's O'Reilly. He's managed to recover amazingly. Oh, Cotter, he's around. He saves it. We've got a little bit of bumper cars going on into turn number 1 and 2. But amazingly, with all the bumper cars that were going on, we have had a clean turn 1. Everyone has managed to find themselves facing the right direction. So, well done, AK guys. You've done pretty well there. As everyone makes their way through. I think one driver has had a pretty bad start. I think that is Betts. He is down in 13th place. Taylor's had a pretty good start. He's jumped up a few positions. As McFarlane now looking up the inside of Harley Marshall. He will get that move done and dusted. Well, that is a really good move from James McFarlane. He is on the super soft tyre. He's around! And he does a full 360 and manages to keep it going. So McFarlane will be able to recover and try and make up as many positions as possible. So not a bad effort there. Not a bad effort from McFarlane. He'd have to be. He's going to be really disappointed with that. He's had a really good start. Made a great move on Marshall, I should say. Unfortunately, he spun out immediately. Have a look at the start that Peter Reed has made. That is a brilliant start. He's up into 2nd place and trying to chase down Al Bertsma. 22 laps on the board. We'll see who ends up winning this one. Al Bertsma checking out nice and early, 1.8 seconds the gap. But we have a good battle here. O'Reilly trying to go around the outside of Cotter on the banked section. And O'Reilly will actually get that move done. Cotter's going to have to let it go, I think, because O'Reilly outbrakes himself a little bit. We'll see if he can recover, not lose a position to Delaney. Delaney's going to make him work for it, and Delaney will slide on through. He capitalises on that perfectly on the punt assist Commodore. So Delaney up into 4th place. And now the next drivers to line up behind O'Reilly are the 2 TerraTech Nissans. They're having a pretty good run at the moment. They've flown under the radar for much of tonight, but here they are in 6th and 7th, Marsden and Ferguson. In fact, Marshall, he's actually jumped up 2 positions, so I don't know who's actually gone backwards. Oh, Tyler Craig's gone backwards, so Tyler Craig down in 17th position, possibly maybe a little bit of contact with someone out on circuit as he joins McFarland. Actually, McFarland in pit lane. Okay, so James McFarland going for an early pit stop, get himself onto some soft tyres perhaps, and I mean obviously that spin has forced him to change his strategy. So we'll see if he. I wonder if he's got a lot of damage on the car. Been in there for a while actually, so I think that might be an early retirement for James McFarland. It's pretty disappointing, but hopefully he bounces back for race number 2. Park off the circuit is, where is that? That's, looks like, oh, that's the bus stop chicane, and DeLuca will pick his way around. So DeLuca up into 17th as we start seeing some purple laps coming in. Oh, Reed sideways under brakes. It's hard work trying to get these cars into turn number 1. Change of surface angles, you've got change of surfaces, and a corner that tightens up on you. All the while you've got to try and downshift and blip the throttle all at the same time. It is not an easy task to try and get done. Look at this angry battle pack here. So this is for 4th place Delaney. He is holding off O'Reilly, Marsden and Ferguson. See if he can hang on to it as he struggles to get the power down. Heading onto the back straight, onto the banked, what was that, turn 2? No, turn 1 and 2 of the oval. Tell you what, that VF Commodore's got a good set of legs on it. And it's back straight. Oh, Delaney manages to hang on, but he will lose a position. That was a little bit odd. He must have grabbed a little bit too much curve going through the bus stop. And, but he managed to save it, and he kept it out of the wall more impressively. But this leaves him fairly vulnerable to Steve Marsden. In fact, Marsden, look at the pace of the Nissan around the outside of Delaney. Now, can he hang on to it going into turn number 1 and 2? We saw O'Reilly do the same thing with Cotter. Look at Delaney's speedway style. In fact, Zach O'Reilly's taking a penalty. So I don't know what that is for, whether that is a jump start or a cut penalty. Yeah. Oh, here comes the second TerraTech Nissan. Firing it up the inside of Delaney, and Ferguson still trying to make the move work. Unfortunately, not able to get the move done. So you have to stay in 6th place for now. He's got Harley Marshall behind. We can see him in the mirror, and also Adam Metz just behind. And yes, we had our first DNF in McFarland. Bus stop. Delaney's car is just not looking as happy over the bumps as the cars around him. Oh, Castle, we just caught the end of that. Grant finding his way up into 11th place. Where is Zach O'Reilly? O'Reilly down in 16th now. As our Birchman fast lap of the race at 45.41, and he is almost a second faster than Peter Reid behind. 3.5 seconds the gap now. Right on board now with Zach O'Reilly as tries to go the long way around the outside of Scowen. Tried this a little bit earlier with Matt Cotter and he wasn't able to pull it up. Scowen wants to fight him, and well, O'Reilly manages to get it pulled up this time. A little bit of a slide on the exit, but well, as you were, so Zach O'Reilly up into 15th. We'll see, we'll keep the Scowen almost into the back of O'Reilly there. The punt assist Commodore almost getting a punt. But, O'Reilly will be able to keep on his merry way. Next on his list is Taylor Simmons in the 551 Mustang. Oh, what's happened here? Peter Reid has... No, he hasn't. Timing Tower has just decided to have a little bit of a wobbly there. I was about to say, geez, 4-second gap, and Peter Reid's managed to pass Alberta. As we head into the bank section, Peter Reid and Matt Cotter. These guys are sort of skipped away from Steve Marsden and Delaney as another fast lap for Alberta, 45.05. 6/10 clear of Peter Reid, although Reid starting to get a little bit faster. So we're going to quickly have a look at the progress of all the drivers. So Taylor into pit lane. So Zach O'Reilly has lost the most amount of positions with 12 positions lost. But, this man here, Harley Marshall, he has been on a charge as he almost bins it on us. He is up 5 positions, so not a bad effort for Harley, but he's under attack from Betts in the Mobil 1 BP Commodore. See, trying to get a bit of a better exit. So that's going to try and set himself up for this bank section. This will be where the slipstream really comes in. In that slipstream, you can see the time on the timing tower there. Starting to come down now. He's picking up pace. He's winding up the number 41. Not going to have enough time to make the move stick before the bus stop, so he's just going to have to just hold position for now. See how aggressive Betts is through the chicane. And, Marshall managing to get a much better run through there. Great exit. He extends that gap to 4/10. Oh, Zach. No, mate. Mate. Blew your engine. No, mate. That was a huge shame, mate. See how you go in race number 2. We'll keep tabs on this battle here between Betts and Marshall, but I want to have a look at this battle here. This is for fourth place. We've got Stephen Marsden. He's under attack from Delaney. Delaney wanting to make up those that position he lost while fighting with O'Reilly. A little mistake through the bus stop chicane that saw him lose all the momentum. You just cannot afford to lose momentum around the bank section. See Ferguson, the second of the Nissan, the Terratec Nissans. Just sort of keeping a watchful eye on this. I'm thinking he will be able to capitalise if his teammate and Delaney come together. Might be doing well just to exercise a bit of caution getting close to these guys. Right now where he is, about 8 tenths behind Delaney. That's about the sweet spot, I reckon, for him. Anything happens between himself and between Delaney and his teammate, should be able to capitalise without getting involved in the incident. You see Delaney now looking around the outside. So he's got the position done, but he's on the wrong side of the track. He may try for the switchback, not brave enough. Move's just not there. This brings Ferguson a little bit closer as we see Betts. He's managed to get the move done on Marshall, so Betts gets released and he will be on a charge to try and catch up with the trio in front of him of Marsden, Delaney and Ferguson. He's a little bit wide on. Harley Marshall almost giving him a little touch there. But, just keep going. Oh, Marsden very, very deep, so the pressure has gotten to him and Delaney will take back that position. So now Marsden, he'll come under pressure from his teammate Andrew Ferguson in the second of the Nissan, Terratech Nissans. We'll head on to the bank section. We'll see if Marsden can actually hang on to the back of Delaney. See Zach O'Reilly now. Now O'Reilly watch is still on. He's battling away with Tyler Craig, trying to get the power down out of that hairpin onto the back straight. Craig doing the best he can to hold off the charge from O'Reilly. Oh, it's getting very tight between these two. Someone's got to give before the bus stop. And O'Reilly definitely wanted it a little bit more than Tyler Craig. That was a very brave move from Zach O'Reilly, and he moves up in 12th place, displaces Tyler Craig down to 13th. So starting to see purple lap times popping up left and right on our, well, up and down our timing towers. So heading back to this trio battling for 4th place. Marsden has not let Delaney out of his sights. It's right on board with Steve Marsden. Close in on the back of the Pertec Falcon just in front of him. See that the Delaney Falcon just seems to get a little bit better drive off the corners. He's able to just pull away and break the slipstream just a little bit for Steve Marsden. Oh, that was a huge slide for Delaney, and that will just negate everything he gained from that exit onto the back straight. Now Marsden, he'll tuck into the slipstream around the banked final corner. Tell you what, that Falcon's not missing anything in a straight line. Absolutely flying even with the slipstream. Marsden was unable to close in on the back of Delaney down the front straight. Whoa! Marsden, I don't know how he managed to pull that up. That Nissan was making all sorts of shapes heading into turn 1 and 2. Like I said, a very difficult corner to get right. See a personal best for Taylor Simmons at 46.3. He's down in 13th place. Now here we go, good battle brewing here. We've got Grant in our O'Reilly watch. Grant ending a little bit wide. This will give O'Reilly a chance heading up into, what's that, turn 5 and 6. See how he sets this up. And that is a very aggressive move from O'Reilly. Runs a little bit deep. Grant will go for the switchback. Oh, Riley just managed to get the power down. And he will take 10th place away from Grant. Next driver on his list will be Castle in the Model O Falcon just up ahead. We just see him in the background of our shot there. Oh, Matt Cotter's actually jumped up into 2nd place ahead of Peter Reid. And Reid not willing to back down from this. He's looking around the outside, heading up towards the bus stop chicane. And Reid with the multicoloured hippy-trippy Mustang. He's got certainly a lot of straight line pace out of that Mustang. He slots himself back into 2nd place. Tell you what, Torpedo is not going to take that line down. He'll fire back as soon as he can. Ooh, Marsden again struggling to get the Nissan slowed down, and that allows his teammate Ferguson to go through. So maybe for Marsden, just thinking, okay, I'm struggling here. I'll let my teammate have a go. But that has brought Betts into the battle. So this trio may even turn into a quintuple. We've got Harley Marshall in the Scandia Mustang. Just running with Betts at the moment. We have 1.5 seconds off the back of this battle for 4th. But, Marshall driving very well at the moment. Now again, Matt Cotter up into 2nd, so maybe the tyres are just starting to go on the 66 Mustang. This is seemingly where the Mustang of Reid is a little bit quicker than Matt Cotter's Commodore. See, he's tucked into the slipstream now. Just winding himself up. Look for a move into turn number 1. A little bit too far back this time though. Both drivers just managed to get a pull up. Oh, big slide for Cotter. This will give Reid a chance. The two old sparring partners. And Reid will retake 2nd place. This is turning into a great battle, great exchange between these two. Oh, Reid sideways, and Cotter gets the switch back. So Matt Cotter now back into 2nd place. This is where he's been fairly strong. We've seen him take 2nd place away from Reid in this sector, so he may be able to just pull away a little bit on Reid this lap. Just give himself a bit of a buffer heading down that back straight. Because tell you what, that 66 Mustang, it has got a fair bit of straight line punch well, between the two drivers. So we have gone past half race distance. The leader is still our Bertsma, out to an 11-second gap while these two are battling away. A little bit of a wiggle there from Cotter. It's not going to help Reid though. Reid, I think, he's just lost the slipstream. So here we go. So 2x2 formation around the. Where is that? Turn 1 or turn 2? I think that is turn 3. So we're on to the start-finish straight here. Here comes Marsden around the outside. Both the Terratech Nissans are pretty quick in a straight line. But Betts will have the inside line and little side-by-side contact. But managed to keep going. This will just help Harley Marshall buy into this battle. As check on my O'Reilly watch, he's right on the back of Castle. He should make this fairly easy. Castle not really going to argue too much. As up back into the top 10 goes O'Reilly. See how much more damage he can cause on his way, on his fight back really up towards. I think the best he could probably hope for is probably 8th or 7th. I don't think he's going to progress much further than that. Looking at his lap speed, his best lap time is 45.2. Compare that with Harley Marshall, 45.7. So, yeah, I don't think O'Reilly's really going to progress much further, barring any incidents, I suppose. But never say never. O'Reilly is a very quick young driver. If you caught our last stream at Queensland Raceway, O'Reilly was absolutely unstoppable around the paperclip. Oh, Tyler Craig's come off the track somewhere, or maybe he's had a pit stop, I don't know. Say he's had a bit of a misadventure somewhere on the circuit, because he is down in 15th place. Hunting all over the back of Matty Richards around the back section. I'm not surprised to see Matty Richards so far down. Oh, Richards chased Craig up the circuit, up towards the wall. As they head into the bus stop, someone's got to be brave. Someone's got to yield here. It's going to be Tyler Craig. Oh, they almost touch. This is shaping up to be a very exciting battle between the 458 and the 101. Oh, Tyler and Matthew crashed turn 1. No, they didn't. No one crashed. There's a few nudges here and there, but everyone kept going, amazingly. So now Tyler Craig, he's got the slipstream. Around the outside, he should make the move stick before they get into the breaker zone, but Matty Richards, last of the late breakers, dives back on Tyler Craig, and he gets it pulled up. And that is seriously impressive from the 101 Mustang. Oh, Richards covers the line. Tyler Craig did very well. Oh, they touch a little bit too excited on the throttle for Matty Richards, and around he goes. I have to say, Tyler Craig did a very... I was about to say that Tyler Craig did a very good job of pulling out of that move. He was very much committed to the dive bomb. But just managed to react in time to Matty Richards covering the line. So well done to Tyler Craig. We now start to see some pit stops cycling through. So Penderbury and Harley Marshall, and now Grant into pit lane. And now we'll see what strategies everyone has. Continue to watch Tyler Craig trying to pick back a bit of time on Grant just in front of him. Unfortunately, we haven't got any battles on track, so we might as well focus on our race leader, our Bertsman. This has been an absolute demolition job from the 49. 12.5 seconds between himself and Matt Cotter. One-man demolition job for our Bertsman. See a few dive into pit lane. Delaney, Ferguson, Betts and Marsden. So those 4 drivers, they were battling away for 4th place. So we'll see where they come out. So Delaney had a very quick stop actually. I was about to say, we'll see where they come out in relation to Harley Marshall, but Harley Marshall is nowhere to be seen. Where is Harley Marshall? Oh, there he is. He's coming through pit lane. Oh, he must have gotten a drive-through for speeding in pit lane. So, what do we say? Always practice your pit entries, guys. But this pit stop has worked out quite well for James Delaney. He is now onto the back of Peter Reid, or at least in striking distance of Peter Reid. And he's on the super soft tyre, so well, the undercut almost working quite well for Delaney. Big slide, and big slide again for Ferguson, so everyone struggling to get these tyres up to temperature. Oh, Tyler Craig's had a spin at turn number 2, or turn 1. Don't know how you really call this corner. How would you guys call this corner? Is that just one corner, or do we call that 2? No, I'm just going to call that turn 1. Now our leaders, our birdsman and Matt Cotter into pit lane, so let's actually fly over there, just see where these guys come out. So Matt Cotter just into pit lane, and O'Reilly into pit lane now, so that leaves Castle and Simmons, the only ones who haven't had a pit stop. And well, into pit lane comes Taylor Simmons, so there's that. So Cotter has had must have had a slow stop, because well, he's struggling to get out in front of Delaney at the moment. As they head up towards turn 4. Oh, a little wiggle there for Cotter. That will leave him vulnerable to Delaney as they fire out of turn 4. So the undercut strategy working well for Peter Reid and Delaney. Delaney has just sort of gapped Ferguson. Cotter driving it as hard as he can. I mean, that is pretty well the signature of Matt Cotter. Just absolutely send it. Just here again, compression locking as they got on the brakes. Now onto the back section. Delaney, he has got a good run. He'll have the slipstream. He'll have a bit of a side drive too. Actually, not really sure if Seno simulates that accurately. Certainly looks like it does, because here comes the Pertec Falcon. He's on the wrong side of the road for the bus stop. Who's going to be last on the brakes? It's got to be Matt Cotter. You'd think it has to be the Torpedo. They're going to go too wide through the bus stop, and Delaney has made the move of the race. And that might give Ferguson and Betts a chance to have a shot at these two. Cotter's not taking it lying down. He's going to fire back immediately around the outside onto the front straight. Here comes Matt Cotter, and again he takes over 4th place from Delaney. He runs it up high. He's up against the concrete wall, and Delaney is going to try and hold it up the inside. Can they both pull it up? I think they have. Cotter trying to go around the outside. Great exchange from these two. They're still side by side as they go through the first chicane. And Delaney is just in front, but Cotter sends it up the inside. And now Delaney with the switchback. Here comes Delaney. Now Ferguson's involved in this. So is Betts. We've got a 4-way for 4th position. 3rd on the road. And they're still side by side. Cotter had to brake early just to give Delaney space. And Delaney now, he'll settle himself into 4th place. We'll see how long he can hold on to it. This is turning into a bit of a Moto 3-esque race. Drivers changing positions everywhere you look, at least in this battling 4. We're right on board with Betts with the box seat. Now we start seeing the slipstream battle start. Onto the back straight for the run into the bus stop. Ferguson with a triple slipstream. We can get the cleanest run. Or not quite Betts. That would have to be a cut track. Get 5 of them per race, so he's got to be a little bit more conservative with them. So now we see Castle into pit lane with 3 laps left to go. I think he's left that a little bit too late, unfortunately. And Peter Reid, that's a fast lap, 45.070. Betts now around the outside. He pulls out of it. But now, no, he's going to try and send it around the outside. Maybe try and set himself up for a run into turn number 4. Ferguson not quite awake for it. Here comes Betts up the inside. He's not quite there. He has to sort of pull out of it. Ferguson leaves him just enough space. Again, Betts looking left and right, trying to get the move done on Ferguson and the Nissan ahead of him. To say I'm very impressed with young Betts here. My understanding, 14 years of age. He only picked up sim racing a few months ago, before the start of this season, I think. If I'm remembering what Mongen has told me. Oh, that's time now. First one, 44.615. That is absolutely flying. Look at the front battle for third. Cotter looking around the outside again of Delaney. I don't think there's anyone more tenacious than... tenacious? I think that's the wrong word. Persistent is Matt Cotter. So he's sliding the car into turn number 1. They've got lap traffic just ahead of them in park. Delaney skating it in on the rear brakes. And now Betts will take advantage. We're going to go 3 wide here. This is not going to end well. Parks the lap car. Not made it easy for Betts or Ferguson. A little bit disappointing there, but he gets it. Just sidestep Betts now. That will have frustrated Betts a little bit. He's lost a lot of time to Ferguson. Oh, Tyler Craig around again. That is at turn 1. Craig struggling getting this ING Mustang to slow down. Hopefully he can get that rectified for race number 2. Again, just sliding it into turn 4. Focus in on the battle for third on track. Matt Cotter has not let go of this. He's got another one of his old sparring partner in Delaney just ahead of him. Here we go. This is what are we up to? Round 4, round 5. Matt Cotter versus Delaney. Down the front straight. I think Cotter will timed it a little bit better this time. He should hang on to it. He swoops in front of the Pertec Falcon. Oh no, Delaney! Oh, that is amazing bit of car control there for Delaney. I thought for the world he was gone. But he's just managed to hang on to it. May have been a little touch with the back of Matt Cotter, but well, they both managed to make it through safely. Unbelievable. Well held there for Delaney. Moment of the race, for sure. So unfortunately that has blown the battle for third wide open. My O'Reilly watch, well, O'Reilly has managed to fight his way back into 7th position. So Zach O'Reilly think his progress will stop there. He's got around Marsden and Marshall. But, don't think he's really going to progress much further than that. Also got a little bit of a battle here between Taylor and Taylor Simmons. And Simmons, well, he's on the super soft tyre, Taylor on the soft tyre, so maybe Taylor just picking the wrong tyre compound for the second half of this race. So now our leader, our Bertsma, flying a 44.124. This man is on fire at the moment. He's just sent, well, if he finishes this lap, we shouldn't speak too soon. We do have commentators' curses. They've been building up since our last stream. You know what, I'm pretty confident with our Bertsma. He has been absolutely firing shots across the bow of everyone. This is the first warning shot for everyone. So I take that back. Qualifying was a warning shot. This is a shot right across the bow of the entire field. 20.4 seconds the gap between himself and Peter Reid. We saw the dominance of O'Reilly at the previous round at Queensland Raceway. I think we're going to see another runaway winner tonight with our Bertsma in both races. As he heads towards the bus stop chicane for the final time in race number 1. We've got another race coming up. So don't go too far away. This one you'll want to see is a reverse grid top 10. Taylor Simmons in the box seat for pole position for race number 2. But the winner of race number 1 will be our Bertsma in the Black Duck Commodore. As he fires it down the front straight for the last time, and our Bertsma, your winner for race number 1. Daylight will come second before we see Peter Reid cross the line. That was a peerless drive from our Bertsma. Peter Reid, good little fight back. After qualifying on the third right, he'll come home in second. Matt Cotter ranging up onto the back of him for third. Delaney home in fourth, Ferguson fifth, Betts in sixth. Then we see O'Reilly, a great recovery for O'Reilly, and he just yeets himself across the line. He will end up in seventh place. Marsden in eighth. A little bit of a wait before Harley Marshall across the line. Got almost a little battle here between Grant and Taylor. And Taylor across the line, happy with that, flashing the headlights. Finishes ahead of Grant, which means that anyone who bet that Grant would come between 11th and 15th, there you go, have some channel points. Tyler Craig, he'll be a bit miserable with this result. Having an absolute shocker trying to slow this Mustang down for turn number 1. And likewise, Matty Richards will be disappointed with this result as well. In fact, he's not going to finish the lap, unfortunately. So let's wrap up how they finished in race number 1. I'll also bring back my charming face. So, let's run through the final results for race number 1. Al Bertsma followed by Peter Reid, and we have Matt Cotter rounding out the podium. Delaney, great battling between himself and Matt Cotter. And, well, Delaney fought just about everyone in this race. He fought Matt Cotter, he fought Ferguson, he was fighting Stephen Marsden, but in the end he managed to fight back for 4th place. Ferguson comes home in 5th place, first of the Terratech Nissans. A good race for the Terratech Nissan team, actually. And we have Betts. O'Reilly, a great comeback. I assume he got a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Bit of a shame there. Thought that start was maybe a little bit too good, but no, well, live and learn. Marsden home in 8th. Harley Marshall in 9th. Great result for him. Taylor Simmons Similarly, a great result for him, fighting up into 10th place after another shocking qualifying, and that will give him pole position for race number 2. Over the page, we have got Taylor just missing out on that pole position for race 2, but managing to hold off Grant. Castle in 13th, Tyler Craig and Matty Richards both having miserable races, falling down to 14th, 15th respectively. Park in 16th, DeLuca in 17th, McFarland, a DNF, and Zach Scowen, as he is detailed in chat, blew his engine. So hopefully he can come back for race number 2 and just maybe have a bit of a better race. We'll see. We'll see what he can do. Got my fingers crossed for you, Zach. Got my fingers crossed for you. So we get set for the second race tonight. So we currently wait for the server to fire up. I'll throw it out to you guys in chat. Who is your driver of the race? In fact, we should probably start a poll for that one. Let's see. Nominating a few drivers for you. Hopefully you can try and pick one out of these guys. Just trying to think who else. Yeah. Why not? Give you about 3 minutes with this poll. So get your votes in for driver of the race. We've got our Bertsma. We've got O'Reilly, Simmons, Delaney, and Betts. Those are my picks for driver of the race. I mean, call it out in chat if you reckon I've missed someone. And I know I've missed a lot of people. There's a lot of drivers that I'd love to put in there, but I've only got a handful of slots there. Oh, Bertsma already straight away. Betts, there we go. There we go. It's 50-50 between Betts and our Bertsma. Zach Scowen, oh yeah, driver of the race. Blowing up your engine. Yeah, you know what? I can get behind that. It depends. Did you leave a conrod on the track when you blew up the engine? If you didn't leave a conrod, I don't want to know about it. Also start a new prediction for you folks as well. Are we going to have a clean turn 1? So here's another chance for you to win some easy channel points. Well, I mean, I should say easy-ish channel points. I mean, the easiest way to get channel points is to stay on this channel and watch the hell out of these streams. Just left your car there. Mate, if you don't leave a conrod on the track, or at least a little bit of the crank, you haven't blown up the engine properly. Just saying. Whoa, hello. Hello. There we go. So let's run through the starting order. Or we can go inverted. Oh, we're still inverted. Okay. So let's run through the starting order for race number 2. Taylor Simmons and Harley Marshall will make up row number 1. Row 2 will be Stephen Marsden and Zach O'Reilly. Okay. Screen just went dead there. We then have Betts and Ferguson off of row number 3. Row 4 will be Delaney and Matt Cotter. Peter Reid and Al Bertsma will round out the top 10. Taylor and Grant off of 11 and 12. 13th and 14th will be Castle and Tyler Craig. Matty Richards and Park. DeLuca, McFarland and Scowen rounding out the field. So let's see if we can have a clean turn 1. let's get into position. Where can we go? Here we go. So there we go. Picked by you guys. Driver of the race is Al Bertsma. I am not really surprised by that. He drove a fantastic race. He was untouchable. Yeah, I'll get behind that. So Bertsma, your driver of the race for race number 1. Let me just bring up a full screen of the circuit. There we go. No, Zach, you misunderstand me, mate. I'm not saying dismantle the engine. Mate, I'm saying destroy the engine. Just scatter parts everywhere. You don't manage that, you haven't blown up an engine. Two-strikers know what I'm talking about. Here we go, we are set for a start. I'm going to put my money on this guy here to, I reckon, win this race. Zach O'Reilly, the 333. Let's get set for a start as our lights are up on the screen. We begin to count down. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights on. 6 lights out, we are away and racing. Oh, that's a very poor start for Harley Marshall. And unfortunately, O'Reilly gets bottled in. They're going to go 3 wide already. A little bit of contact there between O'Reilly and Marshall. Delaney's had a good start along with Betts. We're going to fly over to turn number 1 as we fire it in. Oh, we're going to have a clean turn 1. O'Reilly well out wide. Everyone behaving themselves. We're still 3 wide in some places. Is that Al Bertsma? Al Bertsma's had a really shocking start. He's way down the back of the field. So Bertsma, way down. But it is Taylor Simmons, who takes the early hole shot. He has got Marsden just behind. Oh, have we got cars going around? Oh, we got cars everywhere here. We've 4 wide. That's Taylor trying to rejoin the circuit. They're 3 wide just behind these guys. That's Scowen, Park and Grant. Scowen just sliding into 16th, but have a look at the battle here between Park and Grant. Park going around the outside. There's Al Bertsma flying through the field. I don't know what on earth happened to Al Bertsma, whether he missed the start completely or whatever it was. Yes, we did have a clean turn 1, so I get to take some points off Tyler Craig. Happy about that. It's the little things in life. But, keep an eye on the race as it's happening. So Zach O'Reilly has taken the lead of the race. Taylor Simmons now. This is looking like a NASCAR race, honestly. As we're going to go 3 wide into the bus stop chicane. Delaney thinks better of it. This will leave him. Oh, Betts going very wide, and he'll recover. He'll have to redress that as quickly as possible, but not lose any positions. I think he's going to have to slot in behind Matt Cotter as the slipstream battle begins. Taylor Simmons somehow coming out on top of all of that. We're going to start a new prediction. Oh no, we've got a massive chaos there. I think we're going to have a safety car perhaps. Oh, no. Have we got a safety car? I think we do have a safety car. Yes, indeed. So Zach O'Reilly, Taylor Simmons. Oh, you've got to be joking. He had a great start, and I think he is. Oh, you've got to be joking. Marsden and Simmons. Marsden out of the race. We're going to try and pick someone for you in prediction. Massive chaos there. We'll have to look back through the replay at the end of this race, work out what on earth happened. You know, I'm going to pick on someone who's had a brilliant start. Oh, what on earth? Oh, okay. Someone who's had a great start to this race. That is Tyler Craig. He started out of 14th. He is up to 6th. He has managed to pick his way through the field, picked his way through much of that carnage there. Finds himself behind Castle. So I'm going to pick on my mate Tyler here. Give you guys 5 minutes to make your predictions as to where Tyler Craig's going to finish. I really should have put in a DNF option. Never know what will happen. I'll tell you what, we've got a few drivers that have moved up the field rather quickly. Peter Reid has moved up 7 spots. Castle and Craig up 9 spots, as is this man here, James McFarland. Harley Marshall, I think Marshall may have been involved in that chaos on lap number 1. So he's found himself well down. Don't know if Taylor Simmons will get back out on circuit. Marsden out of the race. That was absolutely huge. We're going to have to find out what happened at the end of this stream. See what on earth happened. Well, your leader is O'Reilly, and he's I think he's looking to get a start nice and early. You see our safety car out there. McLaughlin cruising around in the Mustang. Doesn't that look awesome? He's obviously on the keyboard as well. Let's have a go. Let's have a go. Give us a nice little slow lap there, McLaughlin. You start seeing cars into pit lane. I see Peter Reid and Betts into pit lane. So this is a good chance for those guys to get their mandatory pit stop out of the way. Delaney into pit lane. Our Bertsman into pit lane. Good chance for those guys just to get some repairs done. I don't know how much damage is on Delaney and Betts' cars. As we look at the field, just following behind the safety car. So, very happy to say that we rarely see the AK Racing safety car. I think that was a pretty well foregone conclusion that we were going to see a safety car after that. That was absolute carnage. Again, we'll definitely look at that after the end of this race, so hang around. We'll break down that crash as best as we can from the commentator's perspective. Oh, what's happened to McFarland? Oh, did he bin it under safety car? Did McFarland bin it? Oh no, that is not good ping there for the Humminator. I think he's about to get Humminated by his own internet connection. And he is well and truly off the circuit. He's doing the right thing. Hopefully gets that sorted out before the restart. What is going on here for McFarland? Are we about to see another DNF? Yep, I think we're about to see a DNF for McFarland. So another internet problem for James McFarland. Humminator absolutely getting Humminated by his own internet connection. Oh, there we go. There's a good reason as to why Tyler Craig is flying through the field. He's on the super softs, so definitely got that grip advantage, but he'll have to pit rather early, I think. Good to see Taylor Simmons back out on circuit. Closes in on the back of the rest of the field. See where Simmons ends up at the end of this race. So, Harley Marshall up to first. That's not right. This is your leader here, Zach O'Reilly. Got Matt Cotter right behind him. Probably the last person you really want to see right behind you. I think we might have safety car going in this lap. Yes, we do. So now the field is under the control of Zach O'Reilly. Oh, Matt Cotter going into pit lane very, very late. That is a bizarre decision from Matt Cotter. And we are away and racing again. Oh, we've got a bit of an untidy restart at the back of the field. Park's getting past just before the control line. Oh no, we're going to have 3 wide going into turn number 1. Reed up the inside. He's on the grass, in fact, so Peter Reed just trying to make as much ground as he can. Betts looking around the outside of everyone, and Scowen just not aware that Reed was there. Just turned down a little bit. Unfortunately, he is finding himself facing the wrong way. Live and learn, Zach. Live and learn. As the rest of the field gets on with it. I'll tell you what, man who's keeping O'Reilly honest is Castle in the Model O Falcon. Saw O'Reilly just drive away with it at Queensland Raceway. Maybe not as comfortable as what he'd like to be tonight. So Castle's going to have a bit of a run on him. So the 2 older V8 Supercars, the FGX and the VF Commodore, going to war here. Oh, Castle just hangs on to it. But he's going to be vulnerable to Tyler Craig, and Tyler Craig will just pick that up nice and easily. He'll say thank you very much, and he now lines up to have a go at Zach O'Reilly. He's on the super soft tyre, so you'd think that he would be able to close in on the back of O'Reilly. We saw that O'Reilly was very quick on the soft tyre in qualifying, so it might not be that simple for Tyler Craig. Fast lap of the race for Zach O'Reilly as here comes Castle trying to sneak up the inside. Castle sideways, he just keeps off the back of Tyler Craig, and he loses position to Ferguson and may even be vulnerable to Taylor just behind him. Just behind Taylor we've got Harley Marshall. Great to see him make a good recovery. Not sure if he was actually involved in the carnage on lap 1. He finds himself in 6th place, knocking on the door of the top 5. He's got Grant and Betts just behind him. Just behind Betts is Al Bertsma, so I don't know what exactly happened to Al Bertsma. It's Delaney now up the outside of Park. Reed trying to follow Delaney through the traffic. Try for the switchback going onto the back straight. In fact, he's just going to go the long way round and get it done. Going the long way round, up high on the bank section. Richards is getting involved as well. He swaps to the outside lane. Backs out of it. Park will back out of it as well. So Peter Reed up into 11th place. Oh, Castle's lost a lot of time there. And he will lose another position to Betts, possibly Grant as well, unless he ducks down now and gets into the slipstream of the Mobil 1 VP Racing Commodore. Tyler Craig, fastest lap of the race at 45.662. He's going to be happy about that. See how long it lasts though, as our Bertsman's got some clear traffic in front of him now, I think. Speaking of our Bertsman, here he is. He's joined in this battle. See if he can pick his way through all this. That is a wall of cars in front of him. Castle on the inside of Betts. Betts gives him the room, and this might leave these two vulnerable to Al Bertsma. Castle, not a bad move there for Castle. Very much a by the book pass. Betts will be tucked right under the wing of the Bobolo Falcon now. Ooh, might have been a little bit of a touch there. A little bit of a kiss on the rear bumper. Oh, hard on the limit of Betts on the downshifts. Can't do that too often in these cars. See Taylor getting a little bit out of shape, coming out of the bus stop. So we've now got a 5-car battle here. Grant driving really well at the moment in 9th place. He's just tailed onto the back of these guys. Pretty good position to capitalise on any crash that happens. Zach O'Reilly, 45.421, fastest lap of the race. We go 3 wide heading into turn number 1. This is not going to end well. Castle with a big dive. Oh, Betts gets a hip and shoulder there from Taylor. Oh, and Castle's outbraked himself. So has Grant, and Grant will actually capitalise and pass Castle. So Castle down to 9th place now. And he's got Delaney just behind him as well. So, oh. Taylor still finds himself at the head of this field, of this angry, buzzing pack of Hornets behind him. As head up towards the hairpin just before the back straight. Bertsman ducks down underneath, and I think Taylor made that a bit too easy for him. Press there, Taylor. Should have fought that. So we have this. Might have been strategic there for Taylor. Just tuck in behind the car behind, then he can get the run onto the main straight. And he has done exactly that. He swaps up to the high side. Betts will maybe give him a little bit of assistance. Oh, Taylor, he's into the fence there. Oh no, oh, and that is a lot of damage. He's gonna try and dive into pit lane to get that repaired. I don't know if he got that car slowed down in time for the pit lane. But, oh, look at that damage on this Commodore. He can't even get up to the speed limit pit lane. I don't know how to describe that. He just had sudden loss of steering. That car is crabbing as well. So he's tweaked the rear and definitely tweaked the front of that car. Ah, huge shame for Taylor, who's having a great run. That elevates our Bertsma up into the top 5. Oh no, timing glitch, never mind. So check back in with our burst. He's got Betts just behind him. These guys are the closest battle on the circuit. They both try and chase down Harvey Marshall in the Scandia Ford Mustang. 77, not looking real flash going over the curves through the bus stop. Now Bertsman now, that will give him a chance just to close in a little bit on Harley Marshall. As they head up over the start finish line. We're going to see a battle for second place if I'm not too mistaken. Ferguson lapping a little bit faster than Tyler Craig, so maybe those super soft tyres starting to fall off a cliff here for Tyler. See if he can hang on. Oh no, you are kidding me. Zach Scowen, I think he has done exactly the same thing. Where is that? Where has he done that? Oh, he must have blown up the engine again going into the bus stop chicane. So Zach Scowen has dropped out, unfortunately. So that's 2 DNFs in one night for the young man. Ah, Zach. It's all good, mate. Chin up, mate. Didn't blow the engine. What happened? Wait for Zach's answer as we start to look at this battle between Harley Marshall and Albertsma. Hit up over the front straight here, so Albertsma ducking down low. I think Marshall's just going to make that nice and easy for him. Marshall has actually made his pit stop, but Albertsma has, so technically speaking, Marshall has somehow managed to... That is, that's play of the day right there. I'm going to give that 3 GGs. Well done to Harley Marshall. That is moment of the night. Managed to drift it in and keep it off the fence. You'll take that any day of the week. Take that any day of the week. Unfortunately, as flamboyant as it was and as cool as it looked, it hasn't helped him. He's dropped down a few positions. Well, he's dropped down behind Betts in the 41 Mobil 1 BP Commodore. Just in front of Grant and Delaney too. Just a little bit behind those guys, some 4 seconds, is this battle between Peter Reid and Castle. Head around the banked corner up towards the bus stop chicane. You know, I might actually get someone to clip that moment for Harley Marshall. That was quite an effort. Halfway distance is O'Reilly, who leads the field some 5.5 seconds in front of Tyler Craig. Craig looks like as if he's going to start coming under pressure from Ferguson in a moment. Speaking of pressure, Grant under a blowtorch from Delaney. Delaney just letting him have it for now. He set himself up for a dive bomb, and that is a beautiful move. A little bit of a touch, but you know what? I'll make that a clip for you. So, Delaney, wonderful move there. For those of you sitting at home, that is exactly how you need to make a pass at that section of the circuit. Yan Gao, thank you for the follow. Follower number 422, by the way. Let's get to 500. As we've got a battle for second place here, so the tyres are starting to fall off the cliff for Tyler Craig, and Craig knows it. He is getting out of it, and he will jump onto some soft tyres, perhaps, maybe some super softs. You never know. Maybe Tyler can give us a little bit of a hint as what he's going to do in chat. Get on that keyboard, Tyler. Let us know what you're putting on. Quickly, quick. He's not actually going to do it, but, you know, it'd be fun if he did. There we go. Not stationary long enough to get on the keyboard and type in chat. But, 32.5 second pit stop time, so, or pit lane time, I should say. So not bad. He slots down into 13th, just a little bit ahead of DeLuca. He's also the first person to make his mandatory pit stop, and he goes back out onto the super soft tyre. So we'll see the progress that Tyler Craig can make. He's in clear traffic at least. Oh no, Castle has binned it. But he manages to stay in front of Matty Richards. Matt Richards actually on the super soft tyre, so he's going to make that nice and easy. And Richards now finds himself into the top 10. Ooh, Castle really struggling on those tyres. I'd say it'd be time for a pit stop, Castle. Tell you who I'm really impressed with at the moment, it is this man here, Grant, in the 261. So he got passed by Delaney with that brilliant move going into the horseshoe. But, he has not dropped off the back of Delaney. He is all over him like glue and paper. Does set his personal best lap time, 46.086. Oh, that must have been a touch between Grant and Delaney. So they managed to keep going regardless, so no harm, no foul. Keep it going, boys. But, this has been a seriously impressive drive for Grant. Just starting to push a little bit too hard, I think. Just needs to settle down here, and this is a really tough thing to do when you're a race driver. You make a mistake, you're trying to chase someone, and you start pushing just that little bit too hard. The temptation is there to try and break that meter later, pick up the throttle a meter earlier, turn in, try and cut the corners down to the millimeters, and that is realistically the worst thing you can do when you're trying to chase someone down. Best thing to do is just believe in your pace. You might say you have faith in your pace, and just let the driver in front make the mistakes, because very rarely is winning a race about being the fastest driver on circuit. It is about making the least amount of mistakes. We see O'Reilly now of 45.079. This is some consistency from Zach O'Reilly in the punt assist Commodore. He's out in front. He's got a pretty decent gap. Nearly, just over 8.5 seconds, the gap between himself and Ferguson. His consistency has been on point all race. Rounds the horseshoe again. That's how you be about ready to dive into pit lane. See that delta just hanging around that 0.04. Well, you lose a little bit of time getting out of the hairpin. Be surprised if he dives into pit lane this lap. We know that the undercut is a huge advantage around this circuit. Let's see, when will he come in? When is O'Reilly going to come into pit lane? It's not going to be this lap. He's going to keep going. So that's interesting. So his last lap time 45.484, and he runs in very, very deep This is what I'm talking about. You cannot make these sorts of mistakes. That's a little commentator's curse there. I think I should probably stop talking about Zaccaroli, otherwise I might receive a few angry messages on Discord. Funnily enough, the drivers don't like it when I curse them. Just for a bit of fun. I'm going to give you guys a chance to decide who I curse next. So I'm giving you 5 options and 3 minutes. Who should I curse next? Just for a bit of fun. Give a chance for you to maybe if you. Albertsman, we've got people already going for Albertsman. Ah, classic. We'll check in with that battle, a little bit later. We have a battle here between some old sparring partners. We've got Reed and Cotter. These two have been trading paint for, I don't know how long. Certainly since the start of my time broadcasting the series, they've been trading paint. I think that was about 2 years ago that I first started broadcasting for AK Racing. And these two have been fighting and swapping paint since I started. And there we go, Matt Cotter up into P5 ahead of Peter Reed. But Reed he won't go quietly. He'll fight back. The temptation is there. And he thinks better of it, actually. Just decides to wait. Trade positions just up ahead. Betts and Delaney, so Delaney now finds himself into 3rd place. The Pertec Falcon is on a bit of a roll here. On board now with Betts. So they head through the bus stop chicane over the curb. Again, Delaney. Falcon really getting off the corner as well. So just a little bit of a gap. Jump into the pole as well. You've only got probably less than a minute left to decide who I'm going to curse next. It's a dead heat between Albertsman and Craig. I don't want to go out and grab a coin to toss who I curse. Someone vote for one of them. Okay, it's a dead heat between Albertsman and Craig. No, I'm going to curse Albertsman first because Tyler will be jumping into commentary with me on Tuesday night, I believe, if Shakedown's back. So let's jump over to Albertsman. He's had a fantastic race. Fought back from ending up down the bottom of the top 20. This has just been his night, all night long. Just he's had the pace, he's got the racecraft. Picked his way through the field. He's up into 2nd. About something like 11.3 seconds behind O'Reilly. He's ticked off his pit stop as well, so he's got everything to gain at the moment. I think he's lining himself up for his 2nd win. honestly, what can you say about this guy? Absolutely flying, unstoppable tonight. There's not going to be, there's no peer to this guy tonight. And now we wait. So there we go, curse fulfilled. As O'Reilly now into pit lane. See how quickly he can get through his pit stop. The driver he was really racing was Tyler Craig. Tyler Craig down in 9th place. And O'Reilly takes off. Had a little bit of a quicker transit through pit lane. And well, he's actually come out well ahead of Tyler Craig. So Craig, the early pit stop has not worked for him. Now Zach O'Reilly on the super soft tyres. He's got 4 laps just to go. Absolutely nuts with these tyres. And see if he can make up a few positions. First man on his list will be Peter Reid, so we'll keep the O'Reilly watch happening. But, let's have a watch of this battle here. We've got Betts and Connor. Someone just went straight ahead. That must have been Parker who went straight ahead at the bus stop. I just saw someone go straight through at the bus stop. Might have been Parker in the Boost Mobile Commodore. In fact, he's actually going to dive in the pit lane and get his pit stop ticked off. To Betts and Cotter. Right on board with Cotter for now. Just right on board with one of our more experienced, I'm just going to say, all-out street fighter. There's Matt Cotter. Really, really brilliant fighter on circuit. He is aggressive. It does get him into trouble every now and then, but he does not mind a bit of bare knuckle boxing out on circuit. You see right away he's looking around the outside. He's trying for the switchback. A little bit of a touch there, a little upset him. And well, Betts just put his car right in the right spot to prevent that switchback onto the back straight. So Matt Cotter will just have to slide him behind Betts again. But, you'd think it's only a matter of time. Here comes Cotter again on the wrong side of the circuit. But how tenacious are these guys on the brakes? It's pretty even between them. As they both slide through the bus stop. Somehow neither of them losing control there. Even though they've both had a little bit of a slide in the rear end. And here we go, round number 3. Matt Cotter going for the outside, going the long way around. You can pull it off here because of that banking. The thing that's going to catch Cotter out is he's on the wrong side of the circuit for turn number 1. And again, Betts will just slam on the brakes, park the car on the apex, and just prevent that switchback. O'Reilly now, he's closing in on the back of these guys at 44.5. He's still going to get through Peter Reid, but time is running out. Got an enthralling battle for the final step of the podium. Matt Cotter and Betts. Oh, big slide for Cotter. Managed to turn into a late apex and get a good drive up towards the hairpin. Oh, you just hear him grabbing the brake again. Oh, really? I thought Betts had been on the podium before. There you go. Okay. So now the stakes have gotten a little bit higher here for Betts. He's hunting his first podium in the AK Racing V8 Supercars. As go through the bus stop again. Oh, Betts a big slide. That will be all the invitation that Matt Cotter needs. It goes a long way around, so the pressure has finally gotten to Betts. He's not letting it go without a fight, that's for sure. He's going to hold the inside line of Cotter. It now begins a slipstream battle as they're down on the yellow line. They're almost on the apron. Here we go into turn number 1, and I think Betts is going to do it again. He's going to park it on the apex. Oh, Cotter flings it into turn 1, but hasn't helped him. Betts will hang on to the position. Betts gives him room anyway. Cotter didn't have an overlap, and now Cotter will fire it up the inside again. Bit of a block pass there, and Cotter will finally get the position. Big slide on the exit, and Matt Cotter will take the final step of the podium for now. We'll see if Betts can fight back with just over a lap to go. Oh, what's going on here? So Delaney is now taking the lead of the race from our Bertsma. What's going on? We've been watching the battle between Cotter and Betts, and we've missed our Bertsma drop down into second place. So now Delaney in the box seat to upset our Bertsma's night. Hey, we got a curse in. Just so that, you know, you guys asked me to put a curse on someone, I'll put a curse on them. I need to work on how to monetize that. It'll have to be like 50 bits if you want me to curse someone in particular. This is going to bring a whole new dynamic to these streams. Tell you what. As we now start the final lap, we've got a battle for the top step of the podium. Delaney and our Bertsma. Who's going to come out on top? Our Bertsma with a little bit of a slide there. Well, Delaney, sorry, had the slide. Let's look out the back of Delaney's Pertec Falcon. Goes slightly defensive, our Bertsma looking for the better drive out of turn number 4. Koala with the clap. Thank you for the follow, mate. Nice name, by the way. Mate, having a great night broadcasting this race. As joined at the right time, we've got a battle for the finals, for the top step of the podium. Delaney and our Bertsma. Our Bertsma running a little bit deep. This will give Delaney a chance. It'll give him a breather. They head up towards the bus stop. I think Delaney will have it. Delaney, no risks, but now Bertsma is taking every risk he can. He's cutting the chicane. He's had a great run onto the front straight. He'll have the slipstream. We're on for a grandstand finish here. Delaney rounds the final corner. A little over 4 tenths between himself and our Bertsma. Now 3.5 tenths. Our Bertsma will have the slipstream. Oh no, Delaney's slowing down. Oh, they're going for a form finish. So Delaney takes out the win ahead of our Bertsma. Matt Cotter home in third, Betts in fourth. O'Reilly fought back to fifth, and he sends himself into the fence and into Narnia. Oh wow, that's a great effort from the young man. He's hit the barrier so hard he's gone through it. Ferguson home in seventh. Oh, Parks had a lose at the bus stop. We'll get turned around and keep going. No, they are not meant to do that. Philip Orznik, thank you for the follow. That's follower 424, getting a little bit close to that 500 mark. Let's keep that going. And Grant will cross the line in 8th. That's a great performance from Grant. And he's happy with it, and he has every right to be happy with that result. Marshall home in 9th. Simmons with a top 10. And he has found a new portal to Narnia. Okay. There you go. That's why you follow this channel, for new portals to Narnia. Anyway, let's bring back my my reasonably okay face. Just bring that down a little bit. Set a little bit. Okay, so let's run through the results for race race 2, sorry. So Delaney and Al Bertsma 1 and 2 across the line, 0.047 of a second between them. Great battle between those two on the final lap. We have Matt Cotter, a great fight back up into 3rd. Betts for 4th. That first podium is coming for Betts, that's for sure. And we have O'Reilly, brilliant fight back after a late pit stop to come home in 5th. Reid in 6th, Ferguson 7th. Grant, great drive from Grant, picking up a top 10. Marshall in 9th, Simmons 10th. Over the page we then have Tyler Craig, the double super soft strategy did not work for him. Taylor home in 12th, Park in 13th, DeLuca in 14th, Matty Richards in 15th, Castle 16th, Scowen, another DNF unfortunately. Actually, looks like we have DNFs for Richard, Castle, Scowen, Marsden and McFarland. So that's it for the racing, but we have to go back through that race and have a look at what exactly happened on that first lap. So we'll quickly load up a replay for you. And I think we will invite Tyler Craig into the commentary box. Let's see if we have him on. Tyler, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Ah, there we go. Bit of a struggle there with the double super soft strategy there.
I mean, other things happen, but I'm not going to go into it.
Oh dear. Struggle night. Yes.
Could say that, yes.
Yeah. Well, honestly, mate, that was a fantastic first stint. Very impressive. You went from 14th, and you found yourself in 2nd for quite a while there. Yeah.
I wish I was still there, but you know, that's racing.
Yeah, that's racing, mate. It is racing. We're just loading up a replay at the moment. I'll just share a screen with you. See what I'm seeing. Let's find Sarah Carcel and if we okay, so I don't know what exactly has happened here. We've got cars going left and right. We're going 3 wide. Oh, yep. That's a Daytona crash.
It's normally something you find on the last lap.
That's the camera. This would be a good camera. So he's obviously had a good run. Sold Simmons a bit of a dummy there. Unfortunately, I think Simmons just dropped down and we've had Simmons pay him a little visit inside the car. Where is Simmons? There he is. So we'll rewind that. Get his point of view. Oh, that dash is quite appropriate. There you go. So, oh, that is really uncomfortable, and that tweaked not only the front of this car but the rear of the car too. And well, to his credit, he managed to actually get back into the top 10. I want to see it from your point of view, the start of this race. So here we go. Had a bit of a sloppy start there. You had to double dip with the clutch almost. I'm looking at the wrong car. That's yeah. So let's try that again, and we'll just forget that ever happened.
Yeah. Try.
That was a really... Oh, that's what happened to our Bertsma. Wheel spin on the second phase at the start. Ended up just going straight up into the wall, so that's why he was so far back at the start of this race. Now, right now, you're probably just... What was going through your here?
I wasn't thinking, to be honest. I just placed the car where I thought I should have worked.
Yeah, it's amazing how often that strategy actually works.
I just find a gap, put my car there, and hope no one else is there. Especially on the first lap, like in a group like this, where everyone's pretty quick. I think you can really do. I reckon.
Oh, who's that? Is that... oh, that's Harley Marshall who went off at the bus stop. Right, cars going left, right and centre. Everywhere here. So, just going to change camera again so we can see what goes on up ahead and how you picked your way through all this, because there were cars going everywhere here.
As soon as I saw smoke, I just backed off.
Sounds like you got your foot into it here. And, oh, yeah, you just picked your way around that. Castle did a great job of sliding his way through as well, so... oh,
Yeah, I was hoping he wasn't going to come down with me.
Yeah.
That was one thing I was worried about, but yeah, he picked his way through.
Well, that's definitely a highlight for you. You managed to pick your way through that. Got to find out what happened to Bertsma on the final few laps, because he was leading, and then found himself behind Delaney. So here we go. Okay. So he's backed off. Okay, so he's just simply backed off. Okay, well that's a little bit disappointing. I was expecting a bit of a bin there, but yeah, no such luck there. Okay, fine.
Sorry,
Captain...
mate.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to commentary, Mr. Albertsma. Mate, that was a pretty good night for you.
Yeah. No, it was good. First race, kept it clean. Apart from that first lap incident, all of a sudden I had a VF Commodore 90 degrees in front of me with nowhere to go. It was fun. But apart from that, it was good. And then the second race, I just decided to let Flubber through because championship.
Okay. There you go. So championships matter. I've never actually thought about championships in my own sim racing. I'll just race.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Matters to him, so.
Yeah. Okay, we've got a question from Park. Did you cause any major dramas tonight? Not that I saw, honestly. Not that I saw. I know. Oh, we have to do driver of the night. Oh, well, sorry, driver of race number 2. So let's get that poll started.
Surely got to give it to Betts. He had an amazing race.
Oh, there were a lot of drivers that certainly deserve it. Grant did a very good job finishing in the top 10. Who else really did a really strong race. Castle was very quick. No, I'll put you in there, Tyler, just for fun.
I mean, first half would have been. If you're doing first half, then maybe. But
yeah. Got one more slot. Who can we put in there? Who can we put in there? I don't know. I don't know who else to put in there. Simmons, because I think he fought back from that carnage, and he managed to get into the top 10. Yeah, yeah. So there you go. You got a new poll up. Who was your driver of the race, chat? Got a few drivers in there. I wish I could have more, but those are the 5 that really stood out for me. Guess your opinion matters too, gentlemen. I mean, certainly the first half of the race, yeah, Tyler, you drove absolutely fantastic. You picked your way through all the carnage, found yourself after starting 14th up into second. So yeah, if we only counted the first half, yeah, you got it. But yeah, who's your pick? Who else would you pick?
I wouldn't know because I was only concentrating on my race.
No, fair enough. As you do. I mean, yeah. Silly questions being asked here to drivers who were on track at the time.
Yeah.
Whatever. Suppose we should talk about what is coming up next for AK Racing Supercars. That is Adelaide, a single race of 78 laps.
Killer.
Yeah, you are. You are sounding like you are really keen for that, Tyler.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's half and half. It's my home track. I love Adelaide. It's good, but 78 laps is just too much, I reckon.
It's only one lap, one race, which is a mercy, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's Adelaide. Those curbs are gonna destroy pretty much everyone if you're not careful.
How many safety cars are we going to get?
Oh,
prediction.
Before the race.
Yeah, 5. What do we reckon? 5. Adelaide, no mercy.
Depends on how brave the race directors want to be.
How brave do you guys want to be, I suppose?
Always going to send it.
Everyone sends it. Oh, there we go. So poll is over, and it is Betts who is driver of the race. So there you go. So yeah, I'll run with that. I think Betts deserves that. He is absolutely flying tonight. 14 years of age, I think, and he only picked up sim racing a few months ago. So
and he did an awesome job at keeping Cotter behind for so many laps.
Just a little mistake, and well, you just cannot make mistakes in front of Matt Cotter. So he has. We talk about no mercy. Matt Cotter has no mercy. So yeah. Anyway, that is that for tonight. Thank you everyone for joining us in chat. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you to our 3 recent followers, Nyangao, Koala with the clap, and Philip Orisnik. Name of the night has to go to Koala. Certainly an odd one. But anyway, we will see you next time. When I have no idea. I don't know if is V still in chat? Yes, he is. Maybe V is for Voodoo can give us a clue as to whether Shakedown is back on Tuesday night. But we will be back definitely on Friday night for the first round of the. As soon as I find the right one. Here we go. First round of the GT Club IndyCar Championship is on this Friday night, so we'll be broadcasting that. Excited to see how that goes. Either of you guys going to give that a crack?
I have no time.
No time?
Yeah, pretty busy, mate.
Ah, what a shame. Also, if you loved what you saw last night and you want to get involved, there is the AK Racing Discord. Join up, get involved. otherwise, don't know what else is coming up next. Oh, here we go. So, Stadium Super Truck Series with the Aussie Motorsport League.
Oh no.
That's going to be fun. All wheels, well, Watkins Glen at least. That's
Are they adding jumps?
Oh, I imagine he would be adding jumps. He can't have
Please.
stadium trucks without the jumps. That's a waste of time.
Is the set of course mod wheels falling off?
We'll see. We'll see. Chicken Man Sock, wait, did I win a vote? Yes, you did win a vote. Driver of the night for driver of the race for race number 2. That's pretty good. Otherwise, yeah, I think we're pretty well done with tonight. Yeah, thank you to the two gentlemen for jumping in a bit late. Oh, Captain Courageous, thank you for the follow. I thought you followed me already. What is this?
Let's be recognised once more.
It's been 2 follows. Whatever. Whatever. There's a GG. Flight Sim NZ, thank you for the follow as well. That's a GG for you as well. Anyway, let's wrap this stream up. We will see you maybe Tuesday night. Hit the follow button, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live next. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to end it there. As soon as I set up the outro. All right, then. Oh, that Discord link isn't working? What? Really? Interesting. Try that again. Try that link. All right, then. Anyway, we will see you later.